Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Wednesday, April 3rd. And the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 6 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So when it comes to the spirit animal, we have the lion. Nice. So with the lion coming out today on a day that is ruled by Mercury and Venus. Mercury because Wednesday is associated with Mercury energy. And with the energies adding up or reducing to number 6 vibration, that brings me to Venusian energy. So there's this value of our mind and our self. And with the spirit animal of the lion brings me to courage, like being bold enough, being brave enough, being strong enough to just be you, being strong enough, being brave enough to value the things that you say you value, being brave enough, bold enough to choose you, being bold enough and brave enough to allow yourself to be, because you don't need to find yourself. You need to allow yourself to be. So in what ways you need to brave up and allow yourself to be? In what ways you need to take the shackles off and stop policing yourself everywhere you go, what it is that you're about to say, what you're going to wear, worrying about what people are going to think and how they're going to receive you. You know, how are all the ways you're policing yourself? And with the moon in Aquarius today, the moon conjuncts Pluto. So the moon, our inner world, the moon, is in a place where with Pluto energy, we're nurtured by the idea of psychology, transformation, growth, power, control, occultism, divination. The moon is in a place where we want change, we want newness, but more than anything, we want to have autonomy over our own lives. And with it also in Aquarius, that deals with freedom and also being able to be free amongst your friends, the groups that you choose to associate yourself with. But the moon conjunct Pluto is squaring Mercury retrograde in Aries. And today is Mercury day and Mercury is in retrograde. So there's a lot of reflection on yourself, your image, how you show up in this world. And with Chiron being close by, reflection on the wounds that stops you from having ambition, that stops you from being driven, that stops you from being seen and taking more risk when it comes to yourself. And the moon and the Leo energy is talking about, the lion energy is talking about the courage that's needed. I don't remember the exact quote, but I remember something that I have on my vision board where Dr. Maya Angelou talks about practicing all of these different virtues and how courage is one of the virtues, but without courage, you can't practice any of the others. So to me, courage is like the momentum. It's like the energy to move forward. So it's like, imagine everything that we need to do requires us taking some kind of an action, but courage is action within itself, where you need to have the ability to take action to even entertain any of the things that you have to take action on, if that makes sense. But with the moon conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, it's positively aspecting Venus conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So the positive aspect being made to the moon is transformation, being able to see yourself in relations to the help that you give to others and the groups that you associate yourself with, being able to be honest and see yourself in a way to make change. And I feel like with Pluto energy, like the only way we could change things is first being honest about the values, the things that we value, and recognizing how we value things often that don't value us, and pretty much shifting and taking our power back from certain things by no longer valuing that thing. I think of like, say, a person in a relationship and the relationship ended, and while they were in the relationship, they were mistreated. But when the relationship is over, they find it so hard to get over the person. And it's like they're having a hard time getting over the breakup. And I personally feel like that happens when the relationship is over. We are obsessing over how that person will complete us in some way, and focusing on the things about the relationship, maybe the potential of the relationship. Because if it was real, then y'all would still be together. Where for me, the best way to get over someone is once the relationship is over, you might want to focus on all the reasons why you needed to run and you should have ran sooner. So if you focus on those things in the beginning, it'll help you to stay away if that relationship is bad for your health or bad for you in any way. But it brings me to value, where you could value something today and stop valuing it tomorrow. So it's like if you want to change your psychology around a thing, stop valuing the thing that you once valued. So like with the relationship, you once valued the person because maybe you value the potential of what y'all could be. Now the relationship is over, focus on why it didn't work in the first place. Focus on how they really treated you, how they really made you feel, how you guys were together, how the relationship was just stressful and overwhelming and you weren't allowed to be yourself. Be honest about the thing, be honest about what you value in the thing, and recognize when you're making up things to value that don't even exist. That's where we find ourselves valuing the potential of someone. You'll hear someone say, they could have been this, or they woulda, coulda, shoulda, but they weren't. So when it comes to the energies of today, Venus associated with the number 6 energy, the day adds up and reduces to number 6 vibration. There's something around relationship today because the number 6 deals with relationships. There's something about relationships, something about love, something about family. We're reflecting on something pertaining to relationships. With Pluto conjunct the moon squaring Mercury in Aries, it's like Mercury in Aries and retrograde conjunct Chiron. This makes me feel like some of us could get so lost within our own story to the point that we take on this victim consciousness mindset and we don't get to see our role in a situation. And if you can't see your role in a situation, then you can't make the changes that are necessary. So more than likely, this thing is going to keep happening because you don't know what it is that you do to play into this kind of situation. So it's very important for us to see ourselves and see our role in everything, because we do have one, even if it's just not answering the phone. Ooh, we have the King of Swords in the reversal position. So with the King of Swords in the reversal position and the Strength card coming up and everything else that I'm seeing with today's energy, it brings me to say someone who I think of like someone who communicates but uses their words as a weapon, or not even just their words. I think of like a kind of person that will hold back communication. I remember when this used to drive me nuts about certain people that I cared about, where they would use communication as a form of punishment, where they would hold back communicating to kind of get you in line. But then when I learned certain things about different personality traits and characteristics and things like that, whenever I came across those people, whenever they get quiet, it's like, okay, good. This is a good time for me to focus on me if I have to be in this kind of person's presence. Because if I don't have to, then I'm not going to subject myself to it. But once this kind of person sees that their silent punishment don't work on you, then, they'll try something else, do something else. But with the lion energy coming out, dealing with courage, to me, it's like, you got to put yourself first and ask yourself, like, why do you think you deserve that if it doesn't make you feel good? Because with today's energy adding up or reducing to the number 6 vibration, I get the feeling of someone convincing themselves to stick around for something because it looks good, or the potential and possibility of it. Because with the number 6 energy, the number 6 energy deals with family, responsibility, care, and nurturing the ones we love, home, family, all of that. But then it's an energy that also deals with the material realm and status and titles. So this is where a person, will feel like, what'll happen if I no longer have the status of husband or wife? I won't be able to be a part of, I'll have to change my status online and it'll mean something about me. Or I won't be able to be a part of that group, or, I won't be special anymore because of this status, this title. So it's like putting up with things just to say that you're special, or that you've made it, or that you're accomplished. And it comes down to like what you value. What do you choose to value? Because what you value is what our values influence our psychology. Our psychology pretty much is created to protect the things that we value. So when it comes to the energies in today's energies brings me to an opportunity to sit back and reflect on the things that you value and why you value the things that you value. Some of the times we value things and don't even know we value it. An example of that is, say you're part of a family that's always gossiping or speaking ill of each other, and you can't stand that about them. But then one day you find yourself in the presence of someone who you're really comfortable with, and you guys are in a good vibe or whatever, and a conversation come up, and you find yourself doing exactly what you can't stand in the people in your life who do it. So to me right there, that value is within you, but you don't even know it's within you. And it just came up out of nowhere like a shadow side. And when it does, that's an opportunity to realize, okay, this has been hidden there all along. Now you gotta, really address it, change the way you see it, and change the way you see it in the sense like now, instead when you used to feel like you can't stand people who are like this, now it'll help you to realize that they probably can't even help it. So it's like now you have more empathy when you're dealing with those people, and less judgmental when it comes to those people. But at the same time, when it comes to you change your values on it so you could change your psychology around it and no longer keep doing that. But in order to do anything, courage is necessary. Courage is necessary. So when it comes to the energies in today, Pluto conjunct the moon. So the inner world wants to transform and be free. But at the same time, with the square to Mercury in Aries, it's like not telling the truth, not speaking some truth. Something about the information we're consuming and what is coming out of our mouth is challenging our ability to transform or change. And like I said earlier, it might be that we're so self-absorbed and so consumed within our story and our pain to where we're refusing to see our role. And because we're refusing to see our role, it's impossible for us to transform and change. So if we can't see our role in a thing, then that means we're giving our power away to somebody else. So that means we have to wait on that person to pretty much give us permission to do whatever it is that we feel we need to do. But when it comes to the energies in today, for me, the biggest emphasis on today's energy is to pay attention to where you're placing your attention. Because within today's energy, it's easy to find yourself meddling into things that make you feel awful about yourself, make you feel like you're not doing enough, you're not enough, and that's absolutely not the truth. So today's a day where you want to practice the kind of courage that's necessary to direct yourself into the places towards the things that empower you. Such a pleasure sharing this message with you. Hey guys, I want to share with you 7 benefits of getting a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session. The first one is understanding your internal programming. The second one is becoming more clear about your purpose and passion. The third is setting goals for success. The fourth is awareness of strength and areas of improvement. And the fourth one was foundational for me because whenever you're aware of your weaknesses, no one can use them against you. And when you're aware of your strengths, that makes you unstoppable. And that is why I say self-awareness is a superpower. The fifth benefit is removing obstacles. We first have to become aware of a thing in order to remove it in the first place. The sixth benefit is understanding relationship dynamics. We don't have to change the people in our lives. We have to become aware of ourselves and start from there, and everything changes. And the seventh benefit is upcoming transits, if that's something that you would like to look into because you're planning for something or you just want to be aware. So if you're interested in booking a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session or learning more about it, the link to book or the link to send me an email for questions are both within the description box below. If you'd like to check out my Patreon where I share exclusive content and also to become a part of the meetup group, which is my favorite thing on Patreon, the link to check out what's happening on Patreon is in the description box below. Please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a white heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.